Good morning, everyone. It's Monday, November 7th, 2016. And this is a political video, more specifically about the elections tomorrow in the US. So if you are not looking to hear about that or watch a political video, feel free to watch any of my other videos, or not even watch my videos. Watch any video, or go out for a walk and clear your head of this terrible, terrible reality in which we live. So there was your trigger warning. I just kind of wanted to make this video. I've been wanting to make this video for a while, but I've actually been too afraid, which should tell you quite a lot about the current situation we're in, if I was actually too afraid to voice my opinion. But yeah, this kind of goes out to my friends, followers, and basically anyone who likes this channel and likes my videos, who might be voting tomorrow. I just wanted to say that when you go to the polls, I would hope that you remember that you follow or are related to or are friends with someone who fits into the three categories of disabled, somebody with a physical disability, an immigrant, someone who has moved from one country to another, and a woman, which, you know, clearly you probably already knew all three of those things, but I kind of wanted to remind you of them, because there is one particular presidential candidate who has made it pretty clear that they don't have respect for people in those three categories. And I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. I think that's an abuse of my my platform, and kind of goes against what I set out to do with this channel, if I'd be starting to give you political advice, because I don't believe I'm in a position to be giving any kind of political advice anyway. But I will tell you that out of the four main candidates, well, there are two main ones, but out of the four candidates that are often talked about in the media, so Democrat, Republican, Green, and Libertarian, there is one specific candidate who I feel is not qualified on any level to lead anything. I don't feel he's qualified to lead community theater, let alone, the United States. And when I think of what a leader should be, I think of someone who is strong, but who has integrity and who knows how to compromise. And there is nothing in the definition of integrity that relates to mocking people with disabilities, or saying or insinuating that people who might be a different race than you deserve to be treated less than you, even if they're legal citizens, or even if they're doing everything by the books and everything by the law, or insinuating that a woman is of less value if she's not beautiful, or of less value to society if she's not looking a certain way, or a mother, or whatever. I think what I want a lot of you people, and I mean that in a nice way, a lot of you people voting tomorrow, and what I want you guys to remember is that there are millions of Americans living abroad. I think the estimate was somewhere around 5 million. And we have to answer for anything that the leader does, the leader of the US does. So calling it the leader sounds a bit like The Simpsons. We have to answer for that person. We are the ones who get asked questions at the bar by friends, or from strangers who find out we're from the US, or from our family here, or from anyone. We're the ones who, every time someone says something ridiculous or does something silly, we have to have an explanation ready, even if we're not necessarily political people. That's the biggest complaint I hear from other Americans living abroad, is that they are tired of explaining things to people, which on one level I understand completely. I personally don't mind talking about, things that are happening in the US, because I think people are interested, and I find it flattering that they trust me enough to speak on these things. But over the past year, there's been one specific person I'm not going to call him a politician because he isn't. There's been one specific person who I found myself having to answer for all the time. And I find myself having to explain all of the time. And I am tired of doing that. I am tired of doing that. I am tired of people laughing at my country. I am tired of people coming up to me and being like, hey, what do you think of this guy, huh? How stupid are you people? You know, like that's kind of ridiculous. And the thing is, I can't even really say like, hey, that's not true, because it kind of is in some levels, and that's so wrong. That's so wrong that we've come to this point. And, you know, in 2012, you know, the election cycle was pretty heated, and I remember it really well. I stayed up until 5 or 6 a.m. when they called the final results, and then I went to bed, and I was really into it. But like, I wasn't scared, and I didn't fear that no matter which candidate won, I knew that things were going to be okay, and that like things would change probably when it came to like social issues like abortion and same-sex marriage. Like things would change depending on who had won. But I wasn't scared. I didn't fear for my journalist friends' lives. You know, I didn't, as a disabled person, fear for my life. I didn't feel as an immigrant that my relatives who were against immigration didn't like me. But now, seeing what my own relatives who support the specific candidate are posting on Facebook, I don't even feel like I'm liked or wanted in my family anymore, which is so wrong. And there are going to be people in the comments of this video who say, you're overreacting. But I'm not. I am not, because it's not a far leap. It just isn't in my head. Like it doesn't make sense to me that, you know, they could share those kinds of memes and they could share those kinds of posts and not realize that they have someone in their family who is a survivor of assault and who is an immigrant and who has a disability. You know, that video where this specific candidate makes fun of a disabled reporter is just awful. That is everything I experienced in high school and elementary school, having a disability. You know, like that is just wrong, and that is not what a leader does. And I'm not talking even about policy here because, like I said, in 2012, like I wasn't really worried. I don't think much changes or much would have changed if Mitt Romney had beaten Barack Obama. Like maybe, like I said, social issues, but that's it. But now I'm genuinely concerned, and the fact that I have been worried to make this video because I'm afraid of how the supporters of that specific candidate are going to react says a lot. So I'm going to end this now, but I just want to say, tomorrow when you go out to the polls, think about it. Think carefully about it. Whether you vote Democrat, Libertarian, or Green, you know, that's your right. Or if you want to write in someone, do it. And even if you want to vote for this specific candidate, I mean, you can. I'm not stopping you from doing that. But just remember that under his rule, if he could do everything he's insinuated and talked about doing, people like me wouldn't have a voice. So I'm glad I'm in Finland today. But I'm worried about my country back home. So, thanks.